Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Motor Chaos. This is your host, Dave. I got a line special guest, Top Fuel Nitro Dragster driver, Mike Salinas. How you doing, Mike?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Not bad. So, Mike, how you been doing so far this year with the Dragster?
Not bad. Not bad. Moving up, learning some good things. Got a fast car. Having a lot of fun with it, and new crew chief, new group. It's going to be a fun year.
So, give me a little bit of history about Scrappers Racing.
Started doing nostalgia cars. I think 2004 was my first race. Prior to that, I used to hang around Fremont drag ship as a kid, selling pizzas and hamburgers and picking up scrap metal, and always been around cars, liked it, but we were the poor kids, so just figured out how to make money and go have fun.
So that's how the Scrappers name came about.
Exactly.
Now, I like what you guys are doing, trying to end human trafficking.
Oh yeah, no, it's my wife goes over to Harvard University, and she's getting her master's in a couple of the different classes, and basically one of the people that she goes to school with is one of the directors of that Deliver Fund. So we just all try to take care of each other. You know, we have children, and everybody else does, and it'd be nice to slow that stuff down or end it completely. You know.
Well, that's what our president's trying to do.
Yep, exactly right.
So, now, what made you get into drag racing in the first place way back when he started?
Needed, we work a lot, have a lot of business, so needed a place to calm down. So I figured, going 200 miles an hour is good, but going 300 is even better. So, it's for me. I sleep a couple hours a night, so don't drink, don't smoke, but my brain's moving all the time. This is the only thing where I was in the car, I'd be calm, and it was nice, calm me down and relax and get ready for the next day.
So what was the first kind of car you ever raced in?
Actually, 34 Ford pickup truck. It was a good guy's car show that they had at Sears Point Drag Strip in California, and I saw these guys going out there, and I jumped in it, and I said, you know what, I can do this. And basically, I'm just one of those guys that if I see something I want to do, I just go out and jump in there and go try it out, and I'll figure it out on the way. I got a quarter mile to figure out how to drive, so we'll be good.
So how was your experience for the first time on a quarter mile drag strip?
It was nice. It was nice. We went down the track. I think I went like 106 miles an hour, and I thought that was the fastest thing in the world at the time, but it was cool. But the part of it is just, I don't care if you're going 334 or 90 miles an hour. The feeling is all the same. It's the same adrenaline, and it's really cool.
Now, how long did you drive that car for?
One race. Then I went and bought me a real race car.
What kind of race car was that?
1966 Woody Gilmore. An old Enriquez and Adams dragster, A-fuel car. I bought it through a secondary friend, and I still have the car, actually. We're restoring it now, so I'll keep it. It was my first race car.
Nice. Now, how many years did you run that one for?
I ran it for about 3 years, and I started to do things in the car that was way past the capability of the car. So I think I went 230 miles an hour in that car, and it shouldn't have been going 230. So I had Davey Hara out of Yuba City build me, he's a well-known drag race fabricator. He built me a real race car, and I currently have that one still. That was a 7.0 Pro front engine dragster. I got that one up to about 250 miles an hour, and for what it is, it was plenty fast. So that's all that car wrote, and I still have it, and we're going to run it at Nostalgia Drag Racing for my girls.
Yeah, I see your two girls are drag racing now, huh? Well, one's motorcycle and one's the dragster.
Yeah, the A-fuel car. But I have 4 daughters, and next year my number 4 daughter, Janae, will come into A-fuel also, and she'll start driving, and then eventually down the road, if my second daughter, Jacqueline, wants to come, she'll come out and figure out what she wants to drive, and we'll just do it as a family and have a good time with it.
Nice. Got to keep it going, huh?
Yes, sir.
So you got that need for speed on. You always want to get faster, so that's why you got in a top fuel dragster, huh?
Yeah, you want to do, see, in this world, you want to do extraordinary things. We were the poor kids, we were the people that didn't have, um, and we saw all the people that, you know, were handed these things that didn't really appreciate them. So, you just see things in this world that are special, and I thought this would be special, something different than most people don't get to do. And it's a lot, but it was really cool to just, we put our minds to things and we go do them. That's just how you achieve things in life.
So now, who's your whole crew that keeps this dragster running?
Um, our team is based out of Indianapolis. The crew that I have currently, and will have for quite some time, is all the monster teams from Brittany Force's team last year that they let go. The whole team came over, and then Alan Johnson oversees them. So it's Alan Johnson, Brian Houston, Aaron Cave, Adam Cave, and then we have the rest of the crew with them. The clutch specialist Ryan, the head specialist Mark. We have Cole. Cole is he does the bottom end, and then we have Chance that does tires. Adam that does blowers, and we have all these guys on this team, and Nate that puts the short blocks together, and he also does right side head. But we have a little tight knit group that's been together for quite a few years, and they take this car apart after a run. They rebuild the whole motor in less than 28 minutes, and it's ready to fire up again for the next race.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta have a good crew behind you.
Yes, sir.
Now, besides Scrappers, do you have any other sponsors for the dragster?
I have a friend. He was my second customer 39 years ago. Pleasanton Ready Mix, and then we just does real well with us. And then also Global Electronics. Stephen and Samantha Bryson from Global Electronics, and that's it. Yeah, we're looking for more. But it has to be the right fit because our values and their values have to align. It's not always about the money. It's about relationship and building something for the future.
Right. So now, what was your experience like for the first time, Mike, driving behind the wheel of a top fuel dragster?
You got to be half crazy and scared the crap out of you, but it was a good feeling. So I went from a 200-mile-an-hour car and never been in a rear motor car, and the very first time was in Ennis, Texas. I was trying to get my license and never been in a car with 11,000 horsepower. We fired the car up, and I questioned myself, like, what the heck are you doing here? Until I hit the gas. After I hit the gas, it was relatively easy, the first part of it, the basics of it. And never driven one of those. I asked the guy how to drive one and spent 15 minutes in a car, and I was able to do it. So I figured I'd be okay. I had 3.5 seconds, 3.8 seconds to figure out how to drive the car. So it was actually, I'm just a guy that's on the fly figuring out how to do it. And now at the level I'm at now, it's a whole different game because when you think you know how to do something and then you get to the professional level where we're at this level with Alan Johnson and this crew I have, you realize that you don't know anything about drag racing. There's a whole different game plan than what I'm used to.
So now, who signed off for your top fuel license?
I'm sorry?
I said, who signed off for you when you got your top fuel license?
John Force, Robert Height, and Ashley Force.
Now, yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought here for a second. Now, what are some of your favorite tracks to run on?
I won at Bristol. I like Bristol. It's a real nice track. Vegas is a nice one. I won there also. Just some of the tracks. The four wide in North Carolina is a nice track. These are all Bruton Smith tracks. Really nice tracks. Just well maintained. And you know, everywhere I've been around the country, really nice people all over the United States. You know, we're working people, so we never got to see the United States until I started drag racing because we would normally be working with the businesses and stuff, and so it was really nice to get out. But there's a lot of some of the tracks are really really amazing, and but what makes all of these tracks good is the character with the people. You know, the people that live there, they go to these tracks, and it's really that's what makes it nice.
Now, Mike, when you first started drag racing, did you have any, like drivers that were inspiration to you? Any heroes?
Yeah, actually I did. There's guys in Fremont I remember as kids. You know, guys like Danny and Gaius, and just these type of guys. You know, Jungle Jim Lieberman. These are guys from my area that they were really good. Bob Pinella. You know, older. I'm going back to the old days when I used to see these guys really good. Don the Snake Prudhomme. You know, that guy won. He didn't mess around. He was all business. You know, just people like that. You know.
Yep, the old school, be like Don Garlitz and
Yeah.
Chris the Greek Kermasinis, which is still going now.
Oh yeah, that crazy guy. Yeah, it's funny, but God bless him. You know.
Yeah.
I'm able to move around, and he still. You know
Yeah.
what's really cool about him? He still wears his leather jacket, and he has this swagger about him from the 40s and 30s, and he's one of those guys that would be driving a 50 Merc with the tires slicked back. So he's kind of cool.
Yeah. So now, when you first started drag racing, was your family behind you on doing the drag racing?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We do it. We do everything as a family. So my daughters were doing junior drag racing. So we had 4 junior dragsters at the same time. All 4 girls were racing. So we're unlike a lot of the other people that want the notoriety and all that. We've been real low key, and we've done real well like that. We like it like that, and we just go have a great time and have fun. You know, 'cause our family were working people, so we really never got to go camping and boating and fishing and all these other things that skiing and all these other things that everybody else gets to do. We always worked, but when we did go out, we went out as a family to go race. So that's basically our camping trip and our fishing trip and our trips that we do. We do go on vacation as a family to other countries and stuff, but for the most part, my 4 daughters are best friends. My wife and I, we've been together right on 39 years, going to 40, and we just have a great life.
So now, after all the years of drag racing, Mike, what still keeps you passionate about doing it?
It's a hard sport. It's a hard sport, and you don't want to finish. You don't want to finish without being successful in what you do. Because for myself, I have 4 daughters looking at what I do. If I accept second in this world, what is it telling my children?
Have that never give up attitude.
Oh yeah, no, exactly, and my girls have it too. They really do, and they're real humble. They're real humble about what we do and how we do it. But you have to push harder than to achieve greatness. You have to be special in this world, and it's not about anybody else watching you do it. It's about the people that matter to you watching you do it. Like, the rest of the world could think I'm a nobody, but if my daughters think I'm Superman, that's all that matters to me.
Right. So now with the Top Fuel Dragster, what's been your quickest DT, Mike?
I ran a 368 with the 1 at 334 miles an hour.
And which track was that on?
That was the first race of the year, which was Pomona.
Now, how many more?
Up until last weekend, I was the fastest car of the year in Top Fuel. Brittany Force just went 1 mile an hour faster than me.
Now, how many more events are you planning on running this year?
All of them. All the rest of them. We're a full-time car, but I had some business to take care of, and my daughter that races motorcycles had an accident in Chicago, and her week that she wanted to go test was the week of effing, so I took that off so I can be with my daughter in Salinas, Minnesota, testing.
Gotcha. Now, when you're out on the track, Mike, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions at all?
No, you got to trust. You got to trust that you can't raise strong, confident women, and just you can't raise them to be strong and confident, and then tell them they can't go do it. You got to believe that they have the same thing you have. And look, things are going to happen in this world. But the biggest thing that I take from all of this, I would not want my daughters to not live to the fullest and pick secondary to what they want to do because they're afraid of something. You want them to be the best they can be at the end of the day and feel good about who they are as people, that they've tried everything that they wanted to try in this world. Because a lot of people, they have these inabilities and this hesitation of trying things. My kids are hungry for life, and you just hope that nothing's going to happen. You make sure you put everything in place that these things won't happen, and if they do, it's all of us. We're all grown-up people. They're not pushed into it. They make their own decisions, and good or bad, we're behind them.
Now, what kind of preparation goes into getting the Top Fuel Dragster ready for a weekend?
Yeah, the guys work at the shop, so what nobody gets to see is they prep for, like, they've been on the road for 3 weeks. They'll be gone for a month and a half, basically, by the time they get home on this last Western swing. So they have all the parts in the trailer. They rebuilt the car to go to the finals at every race with all the parts, pieces, and everything to rebuild that car for 3 races, 8 times. So it's a heck of a lot of work. The guys put in long hours. They're dedicated. They're dedicated on and they're methodical on how to put the pieces and parts together so that way we can go win.
Now, do you have a favorite track to race on, Mike?
Not as of yet. I'm still exploring, to be honest with you. I'm real new to this still, I would say, and I haven't found that one that I just love this track, I like Pomona. I like Pomona because it has the old-fashioned race stuff that's really awesome, I like that track because it has history at that track. And the history on that track, it's pretty nice.
So what do you think about Route 66 in Joliet, Illinois?
Actually, Chicago's a good track. Chicago's a good track. I only got to race there last time. For the first time was this last race. That's when my daughter did crash. But that track has some pretty amazing history. A lot of the people don't like the track, but they're narrow-minded. You look at all these different tracks everywhere we go, and I haven't found a favorite yet, but I will. I like the fast tracks where the fast cars break records and do certain things. We were at Maple Grove. I drove last year, and one of my guys forgot to pull the parachute pins out. So I went my fastest 330-mile-an-hour pass with no parachutes, and I stopped the car before it went into the sand pit. And it's really funny that track, everybody says you can't stop, and I did, but it's a cool track. It's in the hills in Pennsylvania and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. I like the little character of all these different tracks, because that's how we all, people don't realize all the old guys like Carabastini and Garnett and all these old race car drivers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. They get discounted a lot,
Yeah. So what's your opinion about the 4-wide tracks?
I wasn't a fan of them. I won the Vegas one. I wasn't a fan of them. But as you really sit and look at them, the crowds love them. sponsors don't like them. A lot of the people don't like them because there's so much going on that most of the people can't comprehend what's going on. But for the most part, as long as we get to go race and have a great time, a lot of these guys got to quit complaining about everything. We're lucky to be doing this stuff. Everybody's they get crazy about this stuff, but it is what it is. Let's go race. Let's have a good time. And if you're good, we're going to make it work. When I first did it, it was hard because there's so much going on. But it just makes you up your game. That's all it does.
Yeah, I had one buddy. He thinks that shortens the race day for the fans. It goes faster.
Yeah, it does go faster. It does go faster because there's the rounds are shorter.
Right.
But one thing, every race that you go to on those ones, they're sold out. They're sold out. So that was Bruton Smith's idea, and it was a good idea because they used to race like that.
Right.
So
now, where do you get all your fire safety equipment from, Mike?
Different vendors. I do some Simpson stuff, Impact stuff. I'm going to switch a lot of my safety equipment on myself over to Impact because I'm going to try that stuff out. You just keep on. It's like different pair of pants, different pair of shoes. You want to find out what you're comfortable with, and once you do that, you'll be just fine. But I'm still searching for what my comfort zone is.
So now, what would you consider to be some of the milestones of your drag racing career?
Winning your first race. So here's the other part that most people can't comprehend. Winning one race with the people that we're racing against, and if you can beat these best guys in the world, you are awesome. So, we reached the group that I have with me are used to winning, but I wasn't used to winning. So they showed me how if we do everything right, we're capable of winning, and we can win a lot. But the difference is as a driver that never won, this stuff is hard, and it has nothing to do with. Well, it has a little bit to do with money, but it's hard to beat anybody out here. Anybody can win, but you just have to put the work in. You have to put the work in, but it's a tough gig to beat these guys. So now the other part of it is, now that I've tasted as an owner and a driver, what it's like to win, and it's possible, and you can beat these people now. They're all beatable.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, and you've got a good car when you can beat some of these top people.
Oh yeah, I mean, to beat Steve Torrance at Bristol, Tennessee, he's the number one car in the country, and we beat him. And so he knows it, and we know it. And that's the cool part. And he's the world champion. He's really good. We thought we should have won some of these other races, but we've had parts failures and other things. But I think we have a competitive car. And I think we can give these guys a good run for their money.
So what's been one of your most memorable races so far?
The first win was at Vegas. Family, friends were there. It was nice. That one was good. Bristol was Father's Day. That was a nice one. And just setting a track record at North Carolina. I'm doing stuff that the pioneers and the super people got to do. And that's been really, really cool.
That's awesome, Mike. Now, throughout your whole drag racing career, I'm going, even before the Top Fuel Dragster, through your whole career, have you had any accidents or near accidents at all?
Yeah. And over in when I was doing nostalgia cars, Sacramento Raceway, I pulled the parachute, hit a bump at the right at the exact same time when the car acted weird. Car went up in the air, and it was sideways, like if you turn your hand with your thumb pointed up in the air. I hit the parachute, the car came back down, and that was a close one at 222 miles an hour. And then at Gainesville, I was racing Richard Crampton. First round, car broke loose, and I wanted to win so bad that I kept my foot on it. I pedaled it, kept my foot on it, crossed up sideways like it was going to flip over towards the wall, and I got it back down, made a little scuff on the wall, and the rest, it came out okay. I didn't hit the wall hard, just barely scuffed it, and then the rest of it is all I know is you got to be half crazy to get in these things. But the cool part is when you get out of these cars, you just my daughter has this quote: when you're able to shake the earth, for 3 seconds, it's amazing. So we get to do things that are amazing out there. Because when the top fuel car leaves, it's a 3.7 Richter scale, right where you're standing.
Yeah, and if anyone's listening to the interview right now, they've never been to a NHRA big show event, they need to go out and see these cars in person. Because TV just doesn't do justice.
Oh no. We got to get some of these people out, and when they do come out, you have them come and see me, and we'll show them the inside of drag racing. Because we're down to earth people. We eat and go to the restroom the same. So it's nice to meet a lot of these people. We could introduce them to the sport the right way.
Now, when you do warm-ups, do you do throttle wax?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't help anything. It hurts everything.
So only Scott Palmer does it.
Yeah, Scott's crazy. He's a good friend of mine. He's trying to keep the nostalgia thing going. And it may work for him, but I think he's the only one that does it anymore.
Yeah, he's always got the big crowd around the pit area too.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to ask you a few fun questions here, Mike. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Outside of drag racing, do you have any hobbies? If you ever have any time for any hobbies, do you have any?
I motorcycle ride, cross country stuff, or we drive our Harleys. All my 4 daughters have Harleys, so we ride as a family. We rode up from Sonoma up the coast of Highway 1 to Seattle on the bike, which is a really nice and clears your brain out. And work. That's all I do. Is work and spend time with the family.
So you don't go boating or fishing or hunting, nothing like that?
Never did any of that stuff, man. We were the people that were like farmers. We were always working. Never got to do any of that stuff. I couldn't tell you about football, basketball, baseball, any of that stuff. And to be honest with you, I don't have the time to sit on the couch and look at that stuff.
Right.
I put into my family, and that's more important to me than anything in the world.
Now, in Top Fuel Dragster racing, do you have a greatest competitor in that group, or they're all equally competitive for you?
Repeat that one more time, please.
I said in the Top Fuel Dragster racing, do you have a greatest competitor out of all of them?
Actually, Steve Torrance right now, because he's the best out there. Nobody can catch that guy because they're having something that's happening to them that's amazing. They've earned it. They work for it. Myself and 15 other guys are going after him, or 14 other guys are going after him. But they're the best, so that's who we're going after.
Now, if you were able to do time traveling, Mike, and go backwards in time, would you do anything differently with your drag racing career?
No, I wouldn't, because if I did were able to go back in time travel, knowing what I know would be cheating, and you'd be lying to yourself, because you have to go through these experiences to be good at what you're doing. And everybody wants the fast, easy way out. But anything worth working for and achieving is great. If you get it handed to you because you figured out the easy way, you're lying to yourself. And I couldn't live with myself. I want to earn everything, and I want to make sure it's for the right reasons, and I want to make sure that it's because we put in the time. So if we win a world championship, it's because we earned it. Nobody gave it to us. And for some people, they don't care. But for me, I care about more than the trophy. It's you got to live with yourself, and you got to be true and honorable to yourself.
Now, if you ever have time to take a family vacation, do you have a favorite vacation spot to go to?
Actually, no, I don't.
Any place you would love to go someday you never been to?
You know, as we get older, we talk about doing travel around the world just to see different, just to see special things that they don't cost a lot of money, but they just cost you time. And it would be nice to go to these different places and exotic places all over the world and see how the real people live. Because here in America, I think we're all spoiled, and we don't appreciate, what America and what we have and things that are happening in this world today. What opportunities we have here.
Yeah.
I don't think we appreciate that stuff. And I think if some of the people in this country would just take a step back and look around, it'd probably make them be better people than they are, because everybody's so uptight, and everything is money for everybody, and they're forgetting about, people.
Yeah. Very true, Mike. Now, what is your favorite food to eat?
Let's see. Right now, I need to learn how to eat better. I need to learn how to eat better, and we eat pretty good. I start off with cream of wheat in the morning, and cream of wheat in the morning, and then at lunchtime I'll go do a nice little. There's an all natural sandwiches that I'll eat from this place in our town. That's nice, and then we'll do a dinner. We'll do a dinner that's a nice little Mexican restaurant or something. That stuff like that.
So does your wife cook?
Yes.
So
yes.
what's your favorite dish that she makes?
She makes this breakfast that has potatoes, red potatoes, with onions, garlic, salt. Cooks everything fresh, bacon, eggs, and she puts a little bit of chorizo on them. And she does King's Hawaiian bread. She slices it in half. So it melts in your mouth, and it stays there, and the taste sticks in your head.
That sounds good. Yeah, that does sound very good. Now, what's your favorite beverage you drink, Mike?
Actually, water. I drink a lot of water. I don't, all that other stuff doesn't do very much for me.
Now, when you're at the track, do you eat it all, or do you eat very light, or do you just wait till after the races are done?
It's funny. My crew chief and I were working on a meal plan for me, because I'm learning that racing is more than just, eating stuff. It's prepping yourself and getting it ready, so you can feel good about who you are in the car and keeping nourishment. And I'm learning how to become a race driver.
Now, what's your favorite movie of all time? You have one?
Hollywood Nights.
You have a favorite kind of music?
The Doors.
Light My Fire.
Yep. Exactly right. California Dreaming, Light My Fire.
Cause I used to go karaoke with my wife all the time. She'd have me sing that song all the time.
Now, I'm more nostalgic. I think the young people of today don't appreciate where we all came from.
Yeah, that's true.
They take everything for granted, and they want instant gratification when we had to earn everything, and it's all at your fingertips now.
Exactly. Kids are spoiled these days.
Mm-hmm. Our country's in trouble, and nobody sees it.
Now,
everybody measures themselves. Everybody measures themselves by what they own and what they have. When we were kids, you measured yourself by what neighborhood you lived in and who were your family and friends.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I'd be playing all day till night the street lights come on.
That's exactly right. And you don't see anybody do that anymore.
No.
And all these young kids have cell phones, and There's a bunch of spoiled little kids that don't, our society is changing,
Yeah. Yep. The damn modern technology, Mike.
Yep, exactly. Well, and you got to remember. You got to remember too. A lot of where the demographics of where people grow up, and you got news media that shoving things down everybody's throats, and they're brainwashing people, and that's all you hear. First thing you hear is all these negative things instead of positive things.
Yeah, we got a lot of fake news media out there.
Yeah, and it hurts us as a whole because these young people are so impressionable, and even some of the older ones. There's things going wrong in their life, and they're looking for somebody to blame instead of looking at yourself. When we were younger, we had to fix ourselves. If you had a problem, you fixed it.
Yeah. Yep, very true. Like, look at the president of the United States, all the arrows and stuff he's taken from all these fake news media and Democrats and all that. And, it's unbelievable.
And I think he's done a great job. I think he's done a great job. It's a breath of fresh air to have somebody like that there.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of the debates with my wife. It was a joke seeing these people that are going to run against him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just think about our world the way it is right now, our country. Can you imagine if they leave it the way they had it? You let everybody give everything to everybody, so we have a socialist society. So that way, you have somebody to blame, and they can control the masses. But it's just like this. Nobody's watching the cookie jar where these people are telling you that all your problems are because of the rich people.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't let the businesses make money, nobody makes money because we won't have business then.
Right. Yep. I have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so now back to the question. When you were growing up as a kid, Mike, did you have a favorite cartoon?
Yeah. I actually, I like Popeye a lot. It was fun.
How about Speed Racer?
He was okay. I like the monkey in Speed Racer, Chim Chim, more than Speed Racer. Chim Chim was happy and he was having fun. Speed Racer was too uptight all the time.
All right.
Well, think about this. I was talking to somebody the other day. You know that underdog was like a speed freak because in order for him to turn into underdog, he used to have to pop a little pill.
Yeah.
So, and remember that cartoon character, Grape Ape?
Oh yeah, Grape Ape.
Grape Ape. Yeah, he was like a pedophile because he would always say, "Hey, want some candy, little girl?"
Remember Magilla Gorilla?
Yeah. Gorilla for sale? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mr.
Well, when we were growing up, our heroes and our role models were the Little Rascals, because we were the same, running around the neighborhood with no shoes, and we were the same poor kids. So those are our we can relate to those kids.
Right. Okay, now Mike, what's been one of your most embarrassing moments on the track in the dragster that you can think of that stands out?
I would say last weekend when I made a mistake in the car and I just did something in the car that I shouldn't have done, and it just it's something that we got lucky on, and you just don't make those mistakes.
Now, what's been the fondest memory of your whole drag racing career?
The coolest part is when they pull me around and they line me up, and all my family's standing right there, and it's like a dream come true that I can get to go do this stuff.
So, Mike, how important do you think it is for the families, to bring kids on watch drag racing at the tracks these days?
It's very important because to sustain a culture, you need 2.5 people. Each person has to bring at least minimum 2 people to each race. and it's not happening. Demographics for drag racing is 44 years and older, and you need to get you more young people into the sport.
Yep. They are the future.
Yeah, well, when you think, I think there was a poll that was taken. It said 38% of all millennials don't have driver's license, and from people 35 years and younger, 1/4 of our population don't need driver's license anymore because they don't drive.
Wow. Well, Mike, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do an interview with me.
All right, I appreciate your time.
Now, you have any final words or thank yous you want to do before we close?
Yeah, actually, one of the ladies that used to be my manager that got me into drag racing is Marianne Harmon. She used to drive a Willys. She drove this Willys car, and she was my manager. She was an A-gas racer, and she's the one that actually got me into drag racing. And I never mentioned her name before, but she was very instrumental in getting me out here.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Mike.
All right, appreciate the time. Thank you.
You have a great
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm planning on having Jasmine and Gianna on sometime soon. I've been talking to Jasmine. We're just trying to set up the right time and day for that, though.
Okay, yeah, Gianna will look forward to it, and Jasmine will also be. I'll give them heads up.
Jasmine knows that. I don't know. I don't think Gianna knows though.
Oh, Gianna, I'm looking right at her right now. She knows now.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Mike. You have a great night.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.